Every time Drew pop up.
Hey, Drew look like Men in Black on that joint.
Drew literally does just pop up. He's like, don't forget about me. Breeze Nation, what's good? It's your boy. I gotta get the new intro. That's crazy. I gotta stop using that one. Breeze
like
Nation, what's good? It's your boy Panther Designer. Back at it again. Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, the pettiest man alive. Mr. P Kid in the building. We got a lot to get into on today's episode because we got to talk about the fact that Ryan Poles has made Chicago Bears history. It's wild history, but history nonetheless. And I think it speaks to where this team hopefully is heading. Caleb Williams with some statements that I'm not gonna lie to you, Mr. Meaty's gonna be tingling. I know there's gonna be some diabetes tingles in the lower half.
Whoa, can my man get some healthy tingles? Why you gotta get diabetes tingles?
Healthy tingles sounds amazing.
My favorite thing is that he knew the reason why we started calling him Mr. Media. He was like, I'm gonna lose weight, but y'all can still call me that. It's like, bro, it was about the 8 steaks, bro. It had nothing to do with
your weight.
It had nothing to do with the weight.
Take of red meat. Jesus.
Oh, that guy went crazy on steaks. Could the Panthers draft plans derail the Chicago Bears draft plans? Bears could be in a tough position with recent comments from the Panthers owner and Bulls player prediction. All that and more today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Boys, what's going on? How y'all feeling today, man?
It's a beautiful day, man.
It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Beautiful day.
I got to step my suit game up, man. This man PK coming in here looking like Mr. Esquire himself.
You know, listen, you previously stated before we got on the pod, clean white shirt is the standard.
I'm so happy that y'all think it's a clean white shirt. Hey, this is one of them oldest but goodies that just look good on camera.
But nah, man, listen, a lot to get into on today's show. The Ryan Poles portion of this, I think, is very interesting. Mark Potash tweeted this out today while Potsy still is, I guess, Potsy enjoying a little bit of retirement right now. He's still doing the Lord's work here, talking about the Chicago Bears. Dropping a fun fact after the Kyler Gordon re-sign ended up going through. He said, fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Poles is the first Bears GM/VP of player personnel to sign his initial draft pick. I got to get a drum roll on here. Shut up, Joe. Since Dave Wanstead and Rod Graves drafted Curtis Conway in 1993. By the way, if you remember, we did not have a GM in 1993. The last actual GM to sign his player that he drafted was Jim Finks in 1975. That player was Walter Payton. A very good list here that I think really just it shows kind of the ineptitude that the Bears have been in for so long. And the fact that, listen, I think here's the other thing too. This is not a signing of somebody that it feels shouldn't be a part of this team. And here's the list of names right here. You got 1998, Mark Hatley drafted running back Curtis Enos. Did not sign following the 2000 season. 2002, Jerry Angelo drafted Mark Colombo. He was released in the 2005 season. Phil Emery drafted Shea McClellan, ladies and gentlemen. We remember Shea McClellan? Oh, God.
I sure do.
He was not signed following the 2015 season. Ryan Pace's first draft pick, Kevin White. Yeah, we know how that went. And Ryan Poles with Kyler Gordon re-signed in 2025, 3 years, $40 million. Boys, my question to you is this. My question to the chat is this, and let us know how you guys feel in the comments below. First off, let us know how you feel. Let's start here. Chat to you guys. Hearing that, what is the feeling when you hear that? Because I've lived through most of this misery. JC, you've lived through it. Kid, you've kind of adopted focusing in on the Bears here as we've gotten to do the show a lot more. That's an insane stat.
That's poverty.
I didn't realize that we dragged that long to make a good decision in the draft. Your first first decision. That's utterly ridiculous.
You guys stink. Okay.
Oh, brother.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Brother, this guy stinks.
Bro, like that's insane. And here's the thing, right? Like it's almost like now Jerry Angelo, very different, right? Jerry Angelo did get draft picks right. He did find some right pieces in there. I think Phil Emery did. I think that Ryan Pace. Yeah, no, I don't like that one. I think that Jerry Angelo did. I think Phil Emery did. I think that Ryan Pace got JJ and Roquan Smith right.
You know what this also means?
To have your start be this, like you studied, you worked everything to get to this point, and your first pick was a 6-pack of bull cookies.
I'll be honest with you. The Ryan Pace pick of Kevin White, I was highly in favor of that. I will not. I will admit, I was what Claypool was to you. Like I really thought that Kevin White, for whatever reason, was going to be a really good player. I'm like, oh, okay, he has that breakaway speed. Overlooked the fact that man couldn't even develop any sort of route tree. Like that's all he could do is just go straight and do fly patterns. Like he had no diverse in his game or whatever. Hey, bro, so once he got injured, it was bad.
Yards. Turn around. I don't know how to do that.
I don't know how to do that. I just got to keep going. He's like Forrest Gump. Just keep running.
Hey, Ryan about to set all types of records if you want to be real based off that stat.
Yeah.
You got to think about it like this. He's about to re-sign some other players. I know he's going to re-sign some other people. He's probably going to be the first GM to be able to draft and re-sign his quarterback.
Yep.
He's probably going to be the only GM. Yeah. He's probably about to give the highest. No, he ain't no probably. He's about to give the highest contract to it.
Hold on.
That is a stat. I know why.
I don't know who. Who's the last quarterback to get it? Bro, it's Jim Finks. It's Jim Finks. Because the last quarterback to get to his second contract and re-sign is Jim McMahon. If Caleb Williams wins, Ryan Poles will be the first GM since Jim Finks to re-sign his quarterback to a second contract. That's fact.
As you said, the ineptitude.
How many years has this organization been around?
100. Now it happened before that.
Literally,
it happened before that. Like there was a bunch of dudes that ended up getting second contracts, third contracts, and stuff like that re-signed because the NFL back then was different. They'd be like, "Well, he sucked on that one. Let's give him 4 more years, see if he figures it out." Right? It was a different world back then. You were more tied to the players that you brought in
the Super Bowl era.
Jim Finks was our first GM in the Super Bowl era.
So it was
Papa Bear. It was Papa Bear all till then.
In the Super Bowl era, Ryan Poles is about to make some history.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already signed Poles, some of Pace's guys, Jalen and Cole.
The thing that I do love about Ryan, and I guess, I'm in this Bears chat on Twitter, and shout out to all the guys in there. And I think that somebody brought this up, and it was like the conversation around Ryan, I guess at one point was that he didn't want to sign any of the homegrown guys because he ended up letting Roquan Smith go. I don't remember that being a loud conversation, but I do remember people being up in arms about it, right? And then he started letting David Montgomery go. There's other pieces in there that people look at and they're like, "Oh my God, like how did you let this guy go?" When I think in the long run, it actually ends up being an okay thing, right? You let Monty go. Do I love Monty? Sure. Go draft another Monty. Monty's are out there. But the big thing for me with this conversation and kind of where Ryan Poles is at right now is that you are giving contracts to the guys that have proven it in a Chicago Bears jersey. You told Jalen Johnson, go out there and prove it. Not only do you go out there and prove it, go out there and find your value after you prove it to me. Finds his value, goes out there and proves it. Here's your money. I had to pay more to keep you. That's okay. I wanted you to get your bag. You look at the Cole Kmet. I mean, Cole Kmet is the first Bear signing that he made of somebody who was here to bring back. Cole Kmet gets the extension. Cole Kmet showed out that year with Justin Fields. Hasn't done that since, but we got to see kind of what what the relationship between him and Caleb is, right? Like you're now getting the Kyler Gordon deal, which is a pick that he made. But and I think here's the thing too, right? And this is the conversation I want to have as well. When you look at this list here, boys, I didn't want to re-sign Kevin White. I didn't want to re-sign Shea McClellan. I was 8 in 2002, and I guarantee you, even at 8, I'm telling y'all, at 8, I was like, I don't know much about football, but I know Mark Colombo's not the answer. And then I wasn't. I don't know.
You were 4. You were 4.
I was 4 years old in 1998. I saw Curtis Enos run the football one time, and I was like,
and it made you cry.
I went down this rabbit hole real quick because I couldn't believe what we were talking about. Because I know we were a poverty-stricken organization. I didn't think it was this bad, right?
Yeah.
But apparently in the 21st century, and this is, based off of a tweet that Dan Wilder or whatever that guy's name is.
Dan Wiederer.
Yeah, there you go. Talk to me.
Wilder is crazy.
First round picks to get a second contract with the team. So we guess we were wrong or something. Rex Grossman got a second contract with the team.
That is okay. I guess I am wrong with that. That is a drafted quarterback by the Bears. He played the last year of his contract in the Super Bowl year, I want to say.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you go to the Super Bowl, you get a contract. So I stand corrected on that. That's still 2007.
Yep. No, so here's the whole list of first round picks. Hey, that's what the guy is saying. I'm trying to fact check it.
Contract. Because we had Jay in 8.
Had Jay in 8.
So we signed Rex and then got rid of they could have.
I don't remember that.
So 2003 was the year that he said that. Well, that's the year he got drafted, I'm assuming.
He got drafted in 2003, yes.
Yeah.
But he
didn't have to get a contract in 7.
He didn't play for 2 years. He played his third season. I believe it was his third season. They go to the Super Bowl. I guess if you would have gotten a contract done, you would have gotten it done in year 4 of that.
Had to, right?
I'm looking through over the track or over Spotrac right now. So rookie deal, 1 year, $3 million extension.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But according to him, amount is Jim McMahon off of Super Bowl.
here's a stat that just adds to this wild conversation. Brian Urlacher, Rex Grossman, Tommy Harris, Kyle Long, and Kyle Fuller are the only first round picks to get a second contract with the Bears. Yeah. That's the entire list for the entire organization of the team.
Yeah.
Entire history of the organization.
Since they've been an organization?
Since they've been an organization is what they're saying.
No, that's not true. Walter Payton.
Yeah, Walter Payton definitely got a
Walter Payton got multiple contracts.
That's 6 then. Hey, listen, help me out because I'm just trying to figure out.
I don't know where they get that stat from, but
help me.
Yeah, Walter Payton got a second contract because that's where we starting the contract or the conversation at.
For sure.
But you know what it kind of tells me, just on a simple level, is that you have a competent GM. I've said this before. We've criticized Ryan Poles when he's bad, when he's wrong. We've criticized him at times when he has made bad decisions and hasn't gone for the trenches, the year before. But, for the most part, he's picked pretty well. And we know that he picks cornerbacks pretty well.
JC,
we already know the
DBs
are good.
We wouldn't be getting a running back. We wouldn't be getting a running back if we didn't get that punter.
Why y'all gotta keep talking about Tory Taylor?
We could have actually gotten an edge rusher in that 4th round.
There's a lot of conversations. I'm not as high as you still on Ryan Poles. I am clean slating it, right? I said that it's clean slate for Ryan Poles in this situation here. It is a, you get to restart because this is a brand new coach. I feel like it's a intelligent coach. I feel like it's somebody who knows what he's doing. I feel like this is the best coaching staff Chicago has had since Jim Finks brought in a coaching staff. The conversation on what he did do, I don't feel great about it. Right? I'm if we're being real, and I think Caleb is going to be amazing. Jaden would have been the right quarterback right there. Maybe, right? He looks better right now. Rome, 9.
I'm rocking with Caleb.
Jared Verse is DPOY or Defensive Rookie of the Year. Rome is up and coming. Hopefully it does happen. There's a lot of hope in our Caleb and Rome bucket right now versus real results that we're seeing from other players. I think that's just kind of the conversation as you look around. I still hope Darnell Wright is the right tackle of the future, maybe even the left tackle of the future. You want to know what I know? Jalen Carter just won a Super Bowl by being in Patrick Mahomes' face the entire game. That dude's pretty freaking good at football. Like, there's all of these moves where you can look at it and say, that's solid, but that dude cold. And we don't got none of the cold dudes.
I'm with you on like some of it, but like a lot of it also is development, coaching, and things of that nature.
100%.
Like Jalen Carter wouldn't have been the same Jalen Carter in Chicago that he was in Philly.
To a certain extent.
They literally would have told him, hey, we need you to get through the line and hit and put pressure in the face of the quarterback.
Not saying he wouldn't be good, but his future and his trajectory now is way better because of the insulation they have around him now, as opposed to what we could have provided in Chicago. Same thing with Caleb, who put up very similar stats as Jaden. Not as many wins. I don't put that on him, but the pick was solid.
Yeah,
like I would pick Caleb over Jaden Daniels
100%. I'm still
10 times and 9 times out of 10,
yeah,
and twice on Sunday, because I think he's a better
real results of all of this, right? The things that we can tangibly say are true. Jaden Daniels right now is a better quarterback than Caleb Wood. You picked Rome Odunze. I think Rome Odunze is going to be an elite wide receiver this season. I really do believe that.
I'm with you on Rome, though. Rome
versus DPO is defense.
We could have got Jared Verse.
You know what I mean? You go Darnell Wright. Darnell Wright looks like a really good right tackle. Jalen Carter looks like he could be the next Aaron Donald type player.
Ooh.
Right? Like those are things where when you're on the other side of them, when you're, and you could have had him. This is not Aaron Donald, right?
Twice.
Hey, if we get Kyler Gordon, that's great, but dang it, we could have had Aaron Donald, but they took him one pick before us. This is, you could have had anybody you wanted in all three situations, and right now all the other guys are better. So while it's clean slate right now, I think you got the coaching staff right. I think you've had a phenomenal offseason. I'm assuming this draft is going to go really well because you've got the coaches in and you've had this great offseason and you get to pick a little bit easier than what you've been picking previously. Also, there's better eyes, I feel like, looking at the talent that needs to come in here and be a part of this team. But what we see from his past is you've gotten the other guy. Don't mean the other guy's bad, but you've gotten the other guy.
That's a tough take, man. That's a tough take.
Even
just because of the optics.
Hey, even picking Matt Eberflus. You could have had Dan Quinn.
Actually, now that's the one thing I'm with you 110%. When you're right, Pat. Anything relating to coaching, anything related to have the staff, 110%, you could have gotten a plethora of other guys to come in and make sure we're not in this position, and you didn't do that.
Yeah.
And that ultimately dictates how these players are going to perform and what their careers are going to be. I'm with you on that 110%. There's no way in the world Matt Eberflus should have been a coach.
Yeah.
There's no way in the world
or had been retained.
There's no way in the world, like you said. And maybe that's a Kevin Warren thing, but Harbaugh doesn't go to LA. We're not letting Harbaugh. You can't let that happen.
That's not a Kevin Warren thing. I think that was that to me feels like you had to convince the McCaskies that this path isn't going to work, and you had to let them hit their head against the wall one more time. Because you got, in my mind, the Harbaugh type of coach. You got the lunatic that is going to be bigger than the team.
Yeah.
If Ben Johnson wins, Ben Johnson becomes the Mike Ditka guy. He becomes bigger than the Bears, and he's not a Lovie Smith personality where he's shying away.
Mm-hmm.
He's not and not that Lovie shied away. Lovie was about his business, but Lovie was very like,
he didn't do me.
His demeanor is definitely different.
He didn't do me.
And Rex Grossman's our quarterback, and this is where we at. I've been in 2 press conferences with Ben Johnson, and in both of them press conferences, he's looked at me and been like, well, let me tell you something. This is how it's gonna go. You want to play with me? We're gonna have fun today. Bear down. You know what I mean? Like I've been in 2 press conferences with this dude.
Old, man.
Hey, look, I know he doesn't, but it feels like he hates me. Like, I'm on your side. I want you
Sick
to
of these
win.
questions there, Pat.
Hey, you show that photo, you put some creepy music behind it. We got a serial killer on this right there.
Oh boy, I tell you,
Hey, dog, that is kind of creepy though. It's like the friendly white guy with the blonde hair just smiling extra creepy.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good, G.
Here's Benny.
hey, and not only that, he doesn't look
Benny.
physically imposing, but he squats butt to ankles. Nah,
What is it?
That
crazy.
is a-
Yeah, I was about to say that's
480?
crazy.
You said
That's
480 A to A in a squat. You out your dang mind, bro. Listen,
bro, that's crazy.
who was it? I was cracking up because I think somebody had a picture of LeBron, and LeBron jacked. He's a physical specimen. No matter what happens, he's gonna look great.
Those
His
are sissy
squats are some of the
bro.
worst squats I've ever seen.
Those are
Listen,
sissy squats.
LeBron got some terrible squats. Like, I don't know what it now. They're working. He can still jump through the gym. So whatever works for you works for you. But they look bad.
You got it.
Hey, he's 6'10". He ain't gotta jump far. What are you talking?
I'm just saying that whatever's working for him is working for him. But it is funny, like when I see that, and then Ben Johnson's like, "Yeah, I squat 480 A.
That's utterly ridiculous.
What the heck?" Hey man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to show love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let us know how you guys feel about Ryan Poles making Bears history. Do you feel like this is going to be something that continues here with Ryan Poles? I think this is going to be something we're going to have to get used to here, especially if Caleb Williams is good. And we're going to take a quick break here to tell you guys all about an event we got coming up. So pull up on us. And when we come back, we got to talk about Caleb Williams having that Mamba mentality. But hey,
Oh boy.
draft party. Breeze Nation, what is good? The Chicago Bears draft is on April 24th. We want you to come hang out with us at the Ultimate Gaming Experience in Orland Park. Come watch the draft with us. We're going to be streaming the show live. Tickets are on sale right now, and we're going to have a ton of fun. There's going to be a bartender there for drinks. Of course, we're going to have some food on location and massive giveaways. A 65-inch TV is going to be raffled off at the event. And of course, some merch to give away as well. Hey, can't wait to see you guys out at Ultimate Gaming Experience. Pull up on us April 24th. Tickets are on sale now. Start 6 p.m. until the final pick. Or, when we get done having a little bit of fun. See you guys out there, man. Can't wait to see you out in Orland, man. Ultimate Gaming Experience. Pull up on us. Pull up on us. Pull up on me. It's going to be a vibe, bro. It's gonna be a vibe. We're gonna have a good time. We didn't get flagged, so I ran it back. We'll see. This episode might get flagged.
I was just gonna say,
that music right there, dog.
Hey, we didn't get flagged.
I was looking.
We didn't get flagged, but we'll see what ends up happening. Nah, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in to show love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
You heard what she said.
Y'all heard what Sue Young said. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. All right, boys. I've been teasing this 40 episode got here.
Here we go.
Caleb Williams spoke in Esquire about a lot of stuff, right? Spoke about, how after the game he was so mentally and spiritually beat up that he shed a tear, that he was going through a lot. Now we know why he cut his hair for P Kid, who just can't stand the fact that he lets the nappy grow out.
Line up, join up, dog. We in Chicago. You got to represent.
It's barbers.
Barbers everywhere.
Come on, now.
everywhere.
But Caleb Williams in Esquire coming with a very Kobe Bryant mindset, dare I say, and I don't know if actually we do know that this is the case. A very Tom Brady-esque mindset. Tom Brady who FaceTimed Caleb Williams the other day. That was that relationship. I like to see that. I like to see that. He said, when talking about the quarterbacks in the NFL, I think the NFL game has become very friendly. I don't necessarily want to be friends because I want to make sure that we keep that competitive advantage. There's probably a lot of great guys, but I'm going to maintain my competitive advantage. Jordan JC, I concede you the floor there. That's right.
Oh boy, that sounds about what is it? 5 porterhouse steaks. That's
Is that what that
2
is?
ribeyes. Boy, that's a smorgasbord of steaks right there. If you don't get tingly off of that, I don't know what to tell you.
Now listen,
God.
what I really believe sets this in stone is the second game of the season. I don't know if you boys remember this.
Mm-hmm. Houston.
CJ Stroud coming up to Caleb Williams. And he's literally trying to give him some advice. He's trying to do that. Hey, man, it's going to be a great game. You're going to have a great career. This is what you got to do. Stop taking them hits, yada, yada, yada. And Caleb is just sitting there and he's like, yeah, I hear you, bro. Yeah, get up out of here. I mean, I ain't got time for this.
Grab me back.
I gotta go deal with the fact that we just lost this game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't Caleb talked about it. We asked him about it in the presser that next week. CJ talked about it. It wasn't a little bro moment. Caleb didn't take it as a little bro moment. CJ also played some of his worst football after that moment, but he didn't take it as that he was upset about the situation that happened. But it was I'm not your friend. I'm here to shake your hand, and I'm here to walk off of this court or this field.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me is a conversation that we do not see in modern sports. I love sportsmanship. I love shaking hands after. I love all of that. LeBron James has made it very okay to just be buddy with dudes that you're competing with.
Speak on it. Speak on it.
And it's not to say that it never happened. Right? Chuck and Mike were friends.
Oh yeah,
but Chuck got to a point where he knew, I can't kick it with you because you're trying to F me up. Right? You're trying to get me wasted. So I come in and you busting my tail. Pause. That to me, though, is a mindset we just don't see in modern day sports very often. It is from a generation that I think is long gone. You got that with a Ray Lewis. You got that with a Tom Brady. You would get that with a Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning and Tom Brady worked out together one time. And it was literally hey, you can never tell anybody that we actually can tolerate each other or be in the same room. To everybody who came through to that workout. Because it was that I'm here to get a competitive advantage. He's here to get a competitive advantage, and I need to be able to beat him. That's a mindset we don't have anymore, and I love to hear that from Caleb Williams.
I specifically remember week 2, and I think we talked about it, and I had that feeling from the get-go. Do not touch me. Do not talk to me. I just lost. You coming up here, and then I think he grabbed him. He grabbed him back. That's what really got me. He was like, hey, come here.
It was like, come here.
Let me talk to you. I've been through this. I had a really good rookie season. You need to listen to my valuable word. Man, if you don't take your arms off me, I don't want to talk to you. You are my enemy on the field. We just got through playing this game. It's 5 minutes after the game is ended. You think I'm going to be in the right mind space to be discussing this with you?
JC wanted Caleb to come up and hit him with that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want to hear what you got to say. Competition has been watered down all across sports. I will admit that. I mean, I'm sure PK can give you a million examples of how the NBA is soft and watered down. I love the fact that you got players like Ant-Man who really will be in your face. He's kind of bringing that old school mentality back. But I mean, when it comes to Caleb, that's the type of mentality you want. When you see Tom Brady not shake the hand of Nick Foles every time Nick Foles beat him, because he's like,
that's so
this dude is a bum.
Bro,
this dude is a bum. Why am I losing to this guy?
No. The Nick Foles one I almost get. Right? Nick Foles, Eli Manning, I almost get it. Like, it's you beat me, you took one away from me. I got major beef with you. Why does he hate Ryan Fitzpatrick? Bro, he hates Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I didn't know about that one.
He talked about that.
Ryan Fitzpatrick talked about it. Only reason I can think that he hates Ryan Fitzpatrick is because Ryan Fitzpatrick was a Bill. It's the only reason I can think that he hates him.
He beat him one time. It was a game.
He had always gotten the crap kicked out of him, but one time Fitzy ended up beating him, and he was looking for Tom to shake his hand, and Tom ran off. I
feel like if there's a certain level of accomplishment, Tom Brady clearly.
I don't want that.
What?
I don't want have sportsmanship, right? I get it. I just lost. Give me the handshake. I don't need
dap up. Yeah,
hey, brother, let me tell you about the future real quick. Like, I don't need all that. But
like you've
I
been in the
do
league for
like
10
to come
years.
up and get a handshake. I'm somebody. I don't like how LeBron do it. I don't like how Brady do it. I don't like the you just walk off and you don't acknowledge the fact that we had a good competitive bout.
No, I'm with you on that. There's a thin line between doing that, being respectful, and being kind of arrogant in a sense. But I think the greats kind of deserve a little bit of that arrogance, because when you lose to someone that you just absolutely know is beneath you, in sports sense, not as a person, right, but as a player, your talent level is not compared to mine. You haven't put the work in that I have. You're not going to be as great as I have. My resume is way better than yours. It gets to you mentally. It's like, all right, well, I'm not going to give this person the edge by saying, "Hey, great job, you did it." I'm gonna come back with a vengeance.
Yeah,
P Kid. If you lose to P Kid in Monopoly, oh, you better believe I'm coming for him. But then he comes back with a vengeance.
Yeah,
talking his stuff like
as the only Monopoly champion on the podcast.
He is the Monopoly champion.
I forgot about that.
I'm the Monopoly champion. As the only one on the podcast, I just want y'all to know that y'all can't talk about Monopoly till y'all get a ring. All right, let's y'all to know that.
Yeah. We need to make a Monopoly ring. Is that
here's what I'll say about this.
I'm gonna make one. It's just gonna be the Monopoly guy on a ring. I'm gonna order one.
Here's why I like this so much and I like it for Caleb. Caleb had so much scrutiny coming into the league. Oh, he paints his nails, this, that, and the other. And, Chicago fell in love with him. Don't get me wrong, but you still have that subset of individuals that always had something negative to say about him. But he's now using this platform, using this opportunity to not only show a little bit more of him and us, bond with him in that way from a fan to a player perspective. But now he's also getting an opportunity to change the narrative about him. How can you not like a kid who wants to win this much?
Yeah.
Who wants to bring that type of competitiveness back? Who wants to be like, this is a Chicago mentality. This is what being a Chicagoan is about. We are that gritty, it's all love at the end of the day, but we not friends right now. We at war. Like, let's start. And guess what? None of us play professionally, but we had those same little rivalries at our playgrounds, at our local gyms and stuff like that. We grew up with that because that's what it was to be a player in Chicago, to be an athlete in Chicago. That's just what it was. And he's embodying that. So I like that from that perspective. And I'm really excited because this is also the first quarterback that we actually get to have this experience with. Justin Fields didn't use the media this way. Honestly, if Justin Fields had leaned in a little more, probably was a little more inviting, let us into this side of, if he has this mentality, and I'm wishing him the best, he might still be here. Who knows? And who knows how that would have impacted his play and things of that nature. Just being able to encapsulate this on all aspects. I think this is the first time, at least in my short history covering the Bears, that I've gotten a chance to see a player, at least a quarterback, do it. And I'm just happy to see where it goes. And so on both ends, Ryan being able to draft him, Caleb being able to embrace that, I think we got one, guys.
Yeah, listen, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about what this could be, and I think that you hit the nail on the head. It is in the spirit of competition. It's not hate. I think by the end of the road, right, there's going to be a lot of love between certain guys, right? Peyton Manning and Tom Brady can joke about certain things now. Although Tom Brady a little different. Tom Brady's kind of like untouchable, and he's kind of
him and Eli still can't do it though.
Yeah, but even that, right? Like even Tom Brady doing the golf you dig with Peyton, right? And different things like that, where that competitiveness is while it's on the lines. It don't mean it has to carry outside of the lines, but while we're playing, while we're in the game. And Tom Brady talked about this. He was like, I can't be your friend. Like I needed something to make me mad. If you're my friend, I can't be mad at you.
Mm-mm.
I need something to get me hype. And when he was grinding his teeth, I was like, this dude's a psychopath. Look, I need something to make sure that I'm smiling like this at the end of every game, right? Like that's really what's going to put you over the top. And for me, I think that if you're Caleb Williams and that's your mindset already, that's a great place for you to be starting.
I don't know if you did this on purpose. And obviously you did. The Mamba mentality is there. But the story arc is almost the same. Kobe was a highly touted draft pick coming in. They traded up to get him. Didn't have a good rookie season. Didn't have a good rookie season.
Didn't get a lot of tick.
He didn't get a lot of tick. He had to make the All-Star game off the bench.
Yeah, didn't get a lot of tick. Kobe had a solid season off of the bench.
So not clearly not the same, not complete apples to apples, but like this wasn't a good first season for Caleb by his metric. It wasn't what we expected.
Yeah.
So to see that, he still has that to be able to tap into that type of fire as well. Hey man, I'm looking forward to this next season. I'm predicting 4,500 yards here.
Ooh, 45. Oh, going big on here.
I'm
You
going
think
big.
Caleb
45.
Breaking
Williams
records. First quarterback ever on
comes
Chicago.
out
All
and
right.
destroys some souls out here. I like that.
30 plus touchdowns.
I like
All
that.
right,
We'll
I'll
see.
take
I don't know
that.
about
I'll take
30 plus
I'm
touchdowns.
gonna go. You know what? What's the most
borderline
Jared Goff?
30.
What's the most Jared Goff got in Detroit?
Jared Goff
Hey,
got
Jared
30
was putting
plus.
up
Let's
some
see.
numbers. Hold on.
Jared put up the numbers even
I was
in
gonna
LA
say, you
too.
might be putting some lofty dreams on him. Jared Goff
Jared was putting up some numbers.
touchdown high is 32, not 32.
Oh, I
Was
can
it
go
with
with
LA
that.
or was that with
last
Detroit?
season. I apologize. 37.
Hey, 32. I like 32. I like
Oh, we
32.
go
That's a good number. You
37.
like that
Let's
number?
go 37.
I like 32. I like 32. I like 32. It's a good number. Hey,
They'll get there. He'll get there.
Yeah, listen, I love the fact that this is how this kid thinks. You know what I mean? He's thinking in the right way. At a minimum, maybe it's not how he thinks. Maybe he's just saying all of the right things. But he is in fact saying all of the right things, and it's what you want to hear from your young quarterback. So hopefully that's something that does continue here for the Chicago Bears. Hey man, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do if you have not done so. We're gonna keep this thing moving along here as the Carolina Panthers could get some payback here on the Chicago Bears in this top 10 situation, because right now where the Panthers are at, of course, sitting ahead of the Bears, their GM came out today, I believe, if not yesterday, as the Panthers now sit at 8, and said that they are open to the possibility of trading back. Now, essentially, this could do one of two things. If you're willing to trade back and add more assets, because they feel they need more assets in that room there, this could make teams get a little bit panicky. And when teams start to get a little bit panicky, that in my mind hurts the Bears in this situation, because you've got a small number of picks here. And if you've got a Steelers team that says we can't risk New Orleans taking our quarterback, we got to go get Shedeur Sanders. We got to give up the world for this kid. We believe in him that much. If you got a team like that that's willing to move up that far, now you're talking about quarterback coming off of the board, which does help the Bears, but New Orleans sitting behind that. New Orleans needs a quarterback too, and I don't know if they're sold on Jackson Dart. If that's the case, you could be talking about yet another asset coming off of the board for the Bears. Now, this could work completely the opposite direction. Somebody may move up and say, I want the running back, I want a defensive end, I want an offensive lineman, and pieces start to fall in favor for the Bears. But are you concerned that the Panthers could derail what the Bears want to do here at 10?
Not necessarily concerned, because, I mean, the Bears are already right outside of that. They're, as I've mentioned before, they're in that gray area of having the blue chip prospects kind of already being taken off the board. Your Abdul Carters, your Travis Hunters, your Mason Grahams, Will Campbell might even go higher now. Armand Mimbu. Those names I think will be there right before the Bears pick. And so even if the Panthers want to play a little cat and mouse game and say, oh, well, we'll have a little, fun with having somebody come and move up in front of you guys, I don't think that takes away from, again, best player available when we get to 10. As you mentioned before, there's a few greats in this draft, but there's a lot of good. And so we'll just have to pick from the lot of good. Omarion Hampton could still be there. Tyler Warren could still be there. Mike Green could still be there. There's still a lot of names that I think will still fall to 10 that I don't think this will derail us in a sense. But if the Panthers want to think that, go right ahead, Panthers.
The Panthers being at 8 makes it a very interesting thing. They are at 8, right? Let me make sure I'm doing this right.
Panthers are at 8 right now. Yep.
Being at 8 makes it really interesting, just because while I do see a world in which they can, take one of the individuals that we wanted. I mean, we had conversation on having a luxury pick on top of need like the other day. So, I don't see it being a massive, derailment. But they are in an interesting spot because the news with New Orleans to me shook things up. So if you are, New Orleans, or if you're a team that like really wanted to see if Shador is going to fall to you, the Panthers might be willing, and they already said it. They're open to even trading back, things of that nature. I can see somebody trying to come up and getting that 8th pick from them. Because the needs that the Panthers really have outside of edge is receiver. Who is Bryce Young's primary target? And who's the secondary target? Exactly.
Xavier Legette had a nice season.
He had a decent season. But it's like they really do need to get him some more targets. This ain't really a great receiver draft. So I mean, we haven't talked about a receiver. We don't need one, obviously, but it's like we haven't even. Is there a name that pops out immediately from you? I mean, there's one. I forget the kid's name.
Matthew Golden.
But he's like they're like the end of the first, early second at best rating.
Yeah,
McMillan's a top 10 pick.
He's falling a little bit. I actually don't think.
Oh no, you're right. You're right.
Ted McMillan, the one that said he don't watch tape.
He don't watch film.
Yeah.
That kid. That's why he ain't the top 10 pick no more. You don't say that. He could have said that.
That was a dumb thing to say.
That was a dumb thing to say.
Yeah.
So like what their needs are, I honestly can see them trading back because they could pick up, some great pieces on DT. They could pick up some good pieces on edge. They don't need to go crazy and pick this one particular guy. There's nobody there that I think will be a world breaker for them at this particular point. So they might as well get as many prime pieces as possible. Does that mean that it derails the Bears? I don't think so. I think that I don't see them taking Tyler Warren because, I mean, they could, but I don't see it. I don't see them taking Mason Graham. I don't even think he's going to be there at 8, to be honest with you. Who else who we looking for? They don't need a running back according to Pat, which is interesting. But Chuba Hubbard. But hey, Hubbard had a good season.
Take a Chuba Hubbard.
Chuba, whatever.
Chuba Hubbard.
Chuba.
Hey, so like everything that we're looking at, they don't need.
Yeah.
So I don't really see how that derails us, but it does make it interesting. So I'm looking forward to the draft.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, right? The conversation to me where this gets scary for the Bears is if the Panthers do trade out of that pick, do you trade? Were the Bears planning on trading out? Right, like now that guy's gone. Now that team's probably gone. Are you trying to move back? Again, there's not a lot of move back capability for the Bears in this draft. You said what?
Dallas move up and get a running back in front of them?
Could the Steelers is a team that we've talked about moving up. Could I think that this is more of a conversation because of probably the trade back aspect more than anything. But I do think that it could throw things off for the Bears here if you're trying to get these deals in place or you're trying to get the piece that you want. And somebody trades up to 8 to get it. Again, it goes back to that conversation on was that Packers game at the end of the season worth it or not? Because, again, we're having multiple conversations about all the blue chip pieces being gone before probably 10. Does somebody move up and say, maybe Ashton Genty was going to fall? Does get past 6. 6 is where we've seen them, Raiders. Dallas goes, we can't let that guy get to 10. Bears will take him. Let me move up to 8.
Do you all see a world where the Bears could actually trade with the Panthers to move up to 8? And if you think the Panthers are never trading with us ever again,
to get a second rounder back, I see it.
Listen, that is an easier world to live in than probably the Bears moving up to 4 or the Bears moving up to, you know what I mean? Like that's a world I'm more willing to live in. I don't know if the Panthers view what the Bears did as the worst thing ever. You know what I mean? Now maybe the owner does, and he's just sitting there and he's like, "There's no way I would ever trade with the Bears again."
Chicago? Nah.
You know what I mean? Like maybe there's a situation there, but outside of that, like Bryce Young did not look bad last year. You probably feel if you're a Panthers GM or owner coming into this season that hey, we got a guy here who here's a guy. We got a guy here who actually looks solid on the field. Like I would think that you would not be in a upset world right now based on what the Bears did in that trade. But that's just me. Maybe they are. Maybe they are sick of it.
No, I feel what you're saying because I never thought that he couldn't. I thought he had one of the prettiest. This is gonna sound weird. I thought he threw one of the prettiest balls in that.
You definitely had to say that the right way. That was about to be crazy.
Right, so he just had a fluidity with his throw that I thought. No, seriously, I just thought he looked really good from that aspect. He was just small. He just looked like the water boy.
Yeah.
Like you get that kid some weight, that kid's gonna go some places.
Hey, and let me tell you, he is small. He is kid's height.
He is small.
Like he is legitimately small. It is
when Tua is bigger than you, as far as physically, like muscle wise, not height wise. I know Tua is about the same height, but like physically, like in like the girth.
You're struggling.
He's really tiptoeing around it because he knew he was going to say something.
Because I know Pat's just waiting to throw it.
I didn't say nothing.
Waiting to throw a flag.
I just hey, listen. I told Pat, y'all was there. I was like, I pray that kid just makes it through the season because that was just ridiculous. But I think with some protection, hey, that's a dangerous boy. And so no, I don't think we fleeced them. I will say this: there's a lot of people who have Jackson Dart going top 10.
That's the name that keeps popping up. It's not gonna happen.
If he goes top 10, that just ruins everybody's draft.
If Jackson Dart goes top 10, we are sitting here like this. We are just
bro. Did you really find a picture of Hello Johnny?
This man,
Hello Biddy. Hello Biddy. Wow.
If Jackson Dart goes top 10,
that's hilarious.
And Shador doesn't, that throws the whole draft off. And we're due for one.
Not really, because that it helps the Bears, right? And quarterbacks going top 10 help the Bears because that means more pieces get to us. I think the conversation is more.
If Ashton Genty gets there and Mason Graham or Will Campbell's there, who are you drafting?
Will Campbell. That's not even the question.
Oh, hold on, wait. Ashton Genty, Will Campbell, and Tyler Warren.
Will Campbell. That made it easier. You put Mason Graham on the last one.
I mean, I did put Mason Graham on the last one.
Actually, I probably would go Mason Graham over Will Campbell, but that's just me. But I think the Bears would probably go Will Campbell over Mason Graham.
That's right. Don't you forget my steak, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
What's the steak bet again?
Basically, if the Bears draft Mason Graham, I got to buy him a steak. If
No, you pick Mason.
I pick Mason. If the Bears draft Mason Graham, he's got to buy me a steak. If the Bears draft Will Campbell, I got to buy him a steak. And apparently, if neither is drafted, we got to go to Arby's or something like that.
We got to get a McRib from McDonald's, apparently, from somebody. That ain't happening now.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I'm going to get in on this when y'all ready.
That's a Salisbury steak.
Y'all ready?
Oh, boy.
Let us know how you guys feel.
Bears draft Tyler Warren, you all owe me a steak.
No, you're not in on this. We didn't include you in this. There's always one trying to get a free steak out of it. On the Zach Edey thing.
Come on, they don't need a tight end.
Gotta be
Joe bet with Pat. I bet with Pat. You got to bet with Drew.
Why does everybody want steak bets with me? Everybody wants to have steak with me. I don't get this.
Hey!
I'm some spot and ate good that one time. Whatever.
Apparently, I'm a good steak connoisseur here.
That's right.
You just gotta trust the fat Italian, you know.
Oh,
hey. What are you doing?
Hey, not fat. Well-rounded. You're in shape.
I don't know if that's any better. Well-rounded.
Kids race. Let's finish it out here. As we got the play-in game coming tomorrow. Bulls do take on the Miami Heat for the third year in a row. I actually think the Bulls are going to win this handedly. I think my prediction on the Locked On Bulls, Locked On Heat podcast was that is going to be dropping tomorrow. I believe my prediction was 110-98. I think the Bulls win this one. I think this is just a different Bulls team that has really shown out here. And if we're being honest, this is Kobe White's time to go out there and get the bag, and he knows it. Kobe White balls out here. He's basically the other dad to Trae Young outside of Ayo Dosunmu. Like we know what he can do versus Atlanta. He balled out against Atlanta last year in the play-in game. So I think to me, this is your best opportunity to go out there and say, hey, listen, this is my team now. This is going to revolve around me and Giddey and Modest moving forward. And we're beating them to show you that up in the front office. And go find some pieces to add to this team because this is what the future of this Bulls team is going to be. And I don't think Kobe White misses that opportunity this time.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I expect Kobe White to do what he's supposed to do, being the guy on this team now. I'm really looking at this from the aspect of this is the moment where someone else gets to step up and really make their name. You make your name in the playoffs. And if this is the only game that we get, right? Just hypothetically speaking, if this is the only chance that you get, then a lot of coin can be made. This is the chance for Montes to no longer not share minutes with P. Will. This is honestly for him to either be the one or the two, depending on
minutes with P. Will.
Well,
I mean,
you know
what I'm
now.
saying. He ain't really sharing, but P. Will don't need to be on the court. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. So I'm looking forward to that because I'll be honest with you. I don't think Kobe is going to be the face of this organization. I think that's going to be Montes. And that has nothing to do with hate or anything like that. I just look at the trajectory, how he came in, the way he's played, the confidence that he's rolling with, and just all he can do on the court is at such a young age and in his first season. This is going to be that moment where you get to the playoffs. You dominate this playing game. You get to the playoffs. We're not expecting them to win if they go further, but we're looking at a story arc here for the next face of Chicago, and no one's going to be mad if it's Montes. I just think he has it all.
I agree with everything you just said. I look for Kobe to be the X factor tomorrow, but I think for a person to kind of get themselves out there in the spotlight, I actually saw a statement made by Modest. They asked, what do you want to accomplish tomorrow? He said, just contribute to winning. Want to make winning plays.
Yep.
And that's the same thing that Billy has been, instilling in Modest since day one. Is sometimes he has to take him out the game, learn. And then get back in there and continue to develop. And I love that the fact that Billy has trusted his rookie to continue to develop, because who's to say that he would be at this point if he would have kept constantly being put down in the G League, or if he was just a bench player at the end of the rotation. I don't think he would have gotten this good. So I think I look for Modest to be maybe that guy that kind of stands out. I'm also looking for Vooch to kind of be that mainstay as well. But overall, I do look for the Bulls to kind of dominate this game, or at least they should. This is not the same Miami Heat team from years ago that they've been playing. So look to get in the playoffs.
It's sad that we do view this as if you beat Miami, you basically in. There's a whole nother team the Bulls got to play.
A whole nother team they got to play.
If they play Atlanta, I just got the
that
Bulls
is
beating
true.
Atlanta. Orlando may be a little bit different. I think what's funny is, right, like I said this the other day on the show with JC. I think it was just with JC, but like the two best scenarios for me with the Bulls is you win here, you win against Atlanta or Orlando, you get into the playoffs, and you prove that, hey, we got a team here that can compete, i.e. 2009 Chicago Bulls going up against the Boston Celtics. Or get clapped in this game. Whole second half of the season has looked great. You get beat in this game. Maybe somebody goes down with an injury. My knee. You know what I mean? Like maybe something happens. And you still end up with a top 5 pick. And now you've got everything that you saw from Josh Giddey last season, everything you saw from Kobe White in the second half of last season, everything you saw from Otis Buzelis in the second half of last season, that gelling, and you end up top 5 in the NBA draft, which is not a bad spot to be either.
I think you even mentioned Tink. I remember exactly what you said. I think it was even a little bit more tinglier. You said that if they sit at 10, that's exactly where Atlanta was the previous year.
They got the first.
Atlanta got Risha with the first pick.
You
get the same thing. You get Flag and Modest. Now you dominate.
What a Caucasian
now the
team.
thing that throws me off is Trey Jones won't
Caucasian
play.
Lineup, dog.
Trey Jones won't play. He's ruled out for Wednesday.
Trey Jones out for the season pretty much.
He's been in and out, but like the last time that they he's put up some good points. So for me, when it comes like to the X factor on this matchup, I'm gonna be honest with you. While I expect Montes to do what he does, I expect Kobe White to kind of carry a lot of the scoring. We expect Giddey to have a good game. We expect our stars to have our core to have a good game.
Yeah,
it's gonna come down to the shooting. I think Kevin Huerter, if he has a good game, if Kevin Huerter has a good game, then I can sit there and feel confident that we are going to win. If he's shooting bad, he's shooting bad, and Kobe's streaky. So it depends on what type of Kobe I'm getting.
Yeah.
If I'm getting Kobe on 10, hey, we in one. If I'm getting Russell Westbrook, Kobe, I don't know.
Yeah, listen, and the Bulls have only lost 2 games this season when Kevin Huerter is shooting above 35%. Defensively, I think the Bulls are going to be fine in this game. The biggest worry that I do have coming into the play-in is Bam Adebayo going to become Bam Adebayo, because how Kobe and Giddey really get off is by getting to the bucket, right? Getting to finishing around the rim. Bam Adebayo is really good. He's a DPOY candidate every year. The only reason he doesn't win it is because they keep giving it to Rudy Gobert goofy self. And that to me is being a candidate means you're one of the he's probably second best big defender in the NBA. That means there's going to be a problem around the rim.
He's
right. That means it's going to be tough for you around the rim. Like,
but still top 3.
That's kind of what I expect here. Listen, it's still Eric Spoelstra. It's still Bam Adebayo. It's still Tyler Hero. These guys have gone to a finals with these 3. They have won games without Jimmy Butler on the floor in the playoffs. They have competed heavily. Heck, I'll tell you what, watch out for Duncan Robinson getting himself going, right? Like these are guys that have the experience of beating you in this game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
just don't
like
make it a
somebody else. They beat you. Like, you know what I mean? Like they shut Kobe
just
White
don't make
down.
it a Pelicans game. That game against the Pelicans they had a couple days ago was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Pelicans 153 to 104. I think everybody in their mama scored.
Listen, Pelicans got nobody alive down there, though. I mean, they still trying to figure out
Zion Williamson and porn star.
Yeah, every time.
Hey, when you have 10 people score double digits, you're doing something well.
You're doing something right. And that's the thing about where Miami is to me, right? I know they can do something right in that situation. That's where I think they're dangerous. So we'll see what ends up happening, man. We got to get up out of here, though. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let us know your thoughts. What do you think about Ryan Poles making Bears history? What do you think about Caleb Williams' Mamba mentality? Do you think the Panthers could derail the Bears draft plans? And what's your prediction for the Bulls playing? We'll talk about all that with you guys tomorrow morning on the Morning Breeze as well. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. For Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, and the pettiest man alive, Mr. P. Kid, it's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Better now. One love. See red. Peace. F the Cubs.
Ooh. Wouldn't